welcome you all with love. One of the questions that comes up on the spiritual path is, how can we live in a way that bears fruit, that bears spiritual fruit? When we look at a plant or a tree, there's a hidden part of it called the root, shoresh. And the key is to develop the root. I used to live on some land with a lot of eucalyptus trees. And there was a big, big wind, and many of them blew down because the roots of the eucalyptus tree don't go very deep. So the key to spiritual life is perhaps to think about yourself as a tree, only a little different, that our roots are going into the heavens. I'm not talking about the stars, I'm not talking about the moon or the sun, I'm talking, because that's still earth, but going into the higher planes. And the point of root is to create nourishment, to draw energy. The word shoresh means to go deeper. So what we want to consider in spiritual life is, how do we live our lives in a way to go deeper? Metaphors into the heavens, but it's really inside us. So it's going deeper within. And so one way to think about spiritual life in our life is, how do we build the shoresh, go deeper within? And that brings me to the 6 foundations. I could call them the 6 roots. So, first is to eat in a way that helps us become a superconductor of the divine. And that is at least an 80% live food, 100% plant-based diet. And that clears what we call the nadis, or the 72,000 nadis or channels, so the spiritual energy, also known in the yogic tradition as kundalini, can flow most freely, and particularly up the central 3 channels. The central channel being the Shushinga. So that's the first root. The second root that comes out from this tree is building, in a sense, the prana, or the life force, or the chi. And we do that with breathing exercises, yoga, tai chi, qigong. We build up this life force, or chi. And when we expand consciousness in that way, then that's the point. So as we expand consciousness, we evolve spiritually. The third is service and charity. Not everyone sees that as spiritual, but the truth is, when you are doing service and charity with an open heart and without desire for a result, also known as karma yoga. Key is no desire for a result. Not a business deal, in other words. You build up and you create a tremendous amount of positive energy that not only uplifts ourselves, but uplifts the planet and the overall network of the planet. Just like when we're eating a plant-based diet, we're not having a diet of death that goes deep into us, and therefore uplifts the whole ecology of the planet. Okay, uplifts the the web of life on the planet, because we're not creating death. Extremely important to understand. The fourth is, if one's ready, working with a spiritual teacher, which can help support your spiritual life in a major way. But you have to be ready, and you have to be at a certain level of spiritual maturity to do that. Along that, and connected with that, is seeing everyone equal. Call it equal vision. And the meaning of equal vision isn't that we all don't have different jobs and somebody's a president and somebody's a gardener and somebody's this and that. It's not what I'm talking about. It's that we see and respect the soul in every person equally. That's equal vision. And that's not false humility where you make yourself less than. The equal vision is seeing the spark of God in everyone equally, coming equally. That's the key. We call that in yoga vairagya, equal vision. And then part of that, and all this is supported by the spiritual teacher, is viveka. What's that mean? The ability to tell the difference between the temporal reality, which most of the world gets involved in, is willing to, hurt each other over, and the ultimate reality, which is the supernal consciousness of the divine. And so the deepest reality is keep our focus on the divine. The temporal reality, which we live in, is part of that, but not primary. In the Hebrew tradition, we also talk about Olam Haba, the world to come, and that we live in this world, but also in alternate worlds where we are to evolve to, where we're living with the primary Viveka understanding of what's real is the divine. We have a very different orientation to the world, and it would really help as we see so much hatefulness going on out there. What is that about? So, seeing people as equal sparks of the divine and keep our emphasis on the higher reality, Viveka. And as they say, the spiritual teacher helps develop that perspective for people. The fifth is the power of prayer and meditation. And that's the part that helps us go even more deep with it. To really kind of really begin to understand what's going on. And the sixth, and it's a little change, but traditionally, is making an effort that everything we do is a blessing. Walking before God is a blessing for all humanity. That means organizing all our actions, all our thoughts, and actually the thoughts create the actions, are all about being a blessing to not just humanity, but to the living planet. To do that, it requires understanding our oneness, our literal soul connection, oneness. And so when we have that connection, it's easier to organize all your actions. It's a little different than service and charity. It's every move you make starts with the energetics of love and peace in all we do. That's what builds the Shoresh. That is what builds the root that allows our tree, or a tree of life, to connect the heavens and earth within earth. So may everybody be blessed that we build our Shoresh, we build our root, we go deep inside, and we become a light to all of humanity and to this